Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As always, this is Terrell Thomas, and this is the latest edition of Sideline Stories, and joined by, as always, by my favorite duo, my team, gentlemen that are ready to get this ball rolling as far as the NFL season is concerned, because we're a little less than 3 weeks away from week one. Of course, no preseason. And Brandon, something's been kind of jumping for your team. With the Baltimore Ravens, there's been a lot of focus and attention on them. Now, of course, there's been a lot of focus and attention on them all summer. They have the reigning MVP and Lamar Jackson. Then Lamar Jackson is also the cover boy this year for EA Sports Madden 21, which will be very, very soon. But the Ravens have been in the news for a lot of other things. They look to improve their offense and find a way to get to the Super Bowl this year that is set to take place, next year, 2021, that is set to take place in Tampa. Lamar Jackson is looking to add an offensive weapon at the wide receiver position. The Ravens have a lot of hopes and expectations for their upcoming sophomore Hollywood Brown. He's let us know he put on about 20 pounds of muscle, and he's finally healthy. Last year he had a lot of knick-knack injuries, so he'll be looking to actually produce more on the field in this upcoming season. But the Ravens are also looked upon to possibly be bringing in Hollywood Brown's cousin, Antonio Brown, or Dez Bryant, who had a workout yesterday, being Thursday, with the Baltimore Ravens. Brandon, once again, we'll start with you right here because this is your team, a team you know very well. If you're the Baltimore Ravens and you have an opportunity to pick just one of these two wide receivers that we mentioned, an AB or Dez Bryant, who do you feel like could be the most productive piece for your Baltimore Ravens franchise?
Well, I mean, I can't go wrong with either one of them, but it's a simple fact of Dez is coming off injury of a torn Achilles that he tore with the Saints for the first day of practice, So that is – he has been looking good in his workouts, via Instagram. I mean, that's the only way we see it. But he's looking good. He's looking a little explosive, looking a little spry. He's still only 30. So, I wouldn't be mad if he went that route. I saw his workout. They say he left without a contract, but he could come back in a later date. You know how that goes. So I won't be mad if we, say get another veteran receiver, big body receiver, who can work the inside routes because we know Lamar loves throwing the inside, who can get you touchdowns in the red zone because we really didn't have per se a big body receiver outside of Miles Boykin, but he's a rookie. But I think in that aspect, I won't be mad with Antonio. Now as far as AB, I'll be fine with that because we saw what he did last year. We played with Tom Brady for the one game. He had a touchdown and 4 catches and 50-some yards, something like that. So we already know he'll be suspended the first 8 games of the season. So he definitely have to come back on the later half of the season. And you have the dynamic duo between him and his cousin, and that'll be definitely – I don't know how you guard that because, like you said, Hollywood put on 23 pounds of muscle this year. He's finally healthy from the foot injury he had last year. And he still didn't play bad with a bad or a messed up foot.
Yeah, he did. He didn't at all.
So I think you add he has another year of grooming, and then the whole second year with what's the other boy Miles Boykin, and the boy we got from Texas. What's the boy? How you say the boy's last name?
Duvernay.
Yeah, Duvernay.
No, Duvernay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Duvernay. Yeah, you have him come. He can play the slide. He's a productive rookie. He was productive last year at Texas. So you bring him in, but if you have another leader, you still have what is the boy's name? He came from he was in New Orleans. What is the boy's name? Willie Snead. Yeah, Willie Snead. Yeah, he dropped some weight. So I'm not mad if we add some more offensive weapons. We don't need nobody in the backfield because that's crowded. We don't need no more. We don't need no more running backs. Tight end's fine. We just need some more. Some more receivers. That can never go wrong. Defense is fine. So,
Craig, what are your thoughts on this? As Brandon just noted, 8-game suspension for AB, so that is key when you're thinking about who to choose between Dez Bryant and AB. Dez Bryant hasn't played in the NFL since 2017. He did get a chance to play with the Saints in 2018, but he tore his Achilles in training camp, and that season came with a quick halt. He has continued to train and continue to stay in football form to present himself with the opportunity to possibly join a roster, possibly join the Baltimore Ravens. But if you had a chance to choose between the two, AB or Dez, who you doing? You throwing up the X or you going with AB?
I gotta go with AB, man. I gotta go with AB off the simple fact that like you said, Dez hasn't played since 2017, and even our last sight of Dez playing with the Cowboys wasn't impressive. So, I think that AB just gives you a dynamic offense that you already have a dynamic offense, especially on the ground. But with you having a route technician like AB out there, I think that just adds a level to your offense that you just didn't have last year. He can go deep. He can run those inside routes. You probably won't want him to as often as you would like a Dez, but he can run those inside routes. He can run you shallow cross, all that. And he can also help in the locker room. Like, I know he's a, enigmatic personality, but I mean, you gotta. His cousin will be there. He's from Florida. Lamar's from Florida. So I feel like
Baltimore's is a great locker room. They got stability at the top. So.
Yeah, you have great leaders. You got Calais Campbell. You got Mark Ingram in there. You know what I mean? You have leaders in that locker room that can hold everybody accountable. And then, of course, like I said, he'll be in there with his family. So I doubt he'll be trying to nut up like that with this kind of opportunity. And then he also wants to get back to the playoffs. I'm sure he wants to play against the Steelers. So, him sitting out those first 8 games, yeah, it won't, but I don't see it like being such a detriment, though, because you still – what did they go, 14-2 last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you might drop, one game maybe while he's gone? So, I mean, I think that'll just be like a spark right in the middle of the season that you can get.
I like Dez Bryant personally for their roster. I don't think you can go wrong with either one. However, for me last year watching Lamar, it seemed like a lot of his passes would be a little high sometimes. You would see specifically like the tight end Mark Andrews and different cats actually going up to get the ball. I think when Lamar's on the run, he's getting a lot better, but he's not as accurate with his intermediate passes on the run. I think giving a chance while scrambling and let Dez go up and get a jump ball is something that he can excel in. And he has a bigger body going across the field right there. But once again, I don't think you can go wrong with either one. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know. Who would you take? Would you like Dez Bryant or AB if you had the chance to sign him and you were the Baltimore Ravens brass? Continue to follow us. Check out CEO Tris and also check out Chevelle Cruz. Follow me at Eldorado2452 and also follow These Urban Times and Live Hip Hop Daily. We'll see you later.